Hi, my name is Peter Knight. I want to welcome you to the fourth in this series of videos where we have a look at the influences of ball flight. So the first three videos we looked at controlling the club face, the second we looked at controlling the club path, and the third one we looked at angle of attack, where you understand that you're looking to strike the ball with a very slight descending blow. In this video we want to have a look at centeredness of impact, striking the ball out of the middle of the club. If you ever have the opportunity at a professional tournament to have a look at the faces of the golf clubs of great players, what you'll notice is that right in the middle of the club is a wear mark. Depending on how old the clubs are, if they've been used for quite a long time, you'll see that that will actually be quite a stained and maybe even have a little rust mark right in the middle. It makes every one of us as golfers envious of those players when we see them, because they're enjoying well-struck shots almost every single time. So how do they go about doing that, and what are the things that you can do in order to influence that nice centeredness of contact? There are a number of things. The first is to eliminate any unnecessary body movement. So when the club swings back and through, if from side on, I swing the club and my posture changes. So what I mean by that is, as I swing back, if my body moves forward or moves backwards during the swing, if my body moves forward or back, then that's going to influence my ability to be able to strike the ball in a centered fashion. If my posture changes where my body straightens up, or more unusually, actually drops a little bit as I swing down, again, that's going to influence my ability to strike it in a nice centered fashion. So what I want to be able to do is to be able to swing the club back and through and be able to maintain my posture all the way back and all the way down to impact. After that, my body will straighten up naturally. So that's the first thing. Now, I can monitor that by watching my reflection in a mirror or a window or something like that. So when I swing back and through, I'm looking to make sure that while my hips turn, they don't move toward the ball, and nor do they move away from the target. It's more common that they'll move toward the ball. The second thing is that I want to retain my posture rather than having my posture change. It's more common that the body would lift as opposed to the body dropping. So have a look at those things when you're swinging the club back and through. The third thing is swinging the club on the correct path, which we looked at in an earlier video. If you missed that, then go back and have a look at that. That was video number 2, where we looked at swing path. And the final thing is, instinct tells us that if we want to strike the ball correctly, we've got to try and do it. We've got to try and get the club face back to the ball squarely. That is actually more likely disrupt things, because it'll disrupt your rhythm and it'll disrupt your timing, and it'll probably introduce tensions into your body and your arms and hands that will cause small shifts in movement of the club on its correct path. In fact, you need to do the opposite. To get control of the movement, you want to swing the club back and through on a path where you feel like you don't have a whole lot of control of the club. And what you'll find is you'll probably get the opposite result to what you would expect. You'll actually have much more control of the club. You can put a couple of tees in the ground. Say, if I'm hitting this ball here, I might put a tee a little outside the toe of the club or a little inside the heel of the club. And when I swing the club back and through, I want to be able to swing the club through that gate formed between those two tees. And I'm going to be able to do that most effectively when I maintain my posture, swing the club on a good path, and let the club swing freely. So practice the things that you've had a look at in these 4 videos, and then go back, and on the Melbourne Golf Coach site there's a whole series of videos in different categories where you can reinforce the learnings that you've got from these videos, but you can also learn a whole lot more, and there's other drills and things for you to follow. So check that out, either on the Melbourne Golf Coach Facebook page or YouTube channel, or even on this website here.